go back to our base of operations on Nofrafell. By the way, this is Nofrafell. This is the main city. At least that we're going to be starting in. Most highly developed city that probably made, actually. I have cities that are much more in depth, but they're all very much in my mind. Wrap things away. I find it difficult to write large sections of things. This actually took me quite a while to write. Just because I wanted to elaborate on so many things, but I had to realize that this was you have to do it piece by piece. And then Nofrafell has a nice overview. Talks about the architecture, which I'll have to elaborate more on, but for now that's enough to start the game. Government society, religion and magic are good on it. And we have a nice history of it. It goes from the founding of the city to the rise of the adventuring guilds. It's the primary government type of like council of adventure. I thought was super cool for the purpose of this. I thought that by having, like, the purpose of this is really to center around the adventure, since it's a bunch of one-shot campaigns, the idea of adventuring as a whole. I thought it'd be super cool that if this is like the home of the adventurers, like, and there's tons of them, there's a lot of opportunity for this adventuring, then it'd probably be pretty cool if you guys actually ran the place. I hadn't really heard of it at all. Like, obviously, you know, if you become a powerful adventurer, usually you end up with your own, become a king somewhere. That's kind of a given, but I'd never heard before of a place where really it was just the adventurers held all power. So I thought that that was an interesting dynamic that I wanted to explore, and it worked out well for what we were trying to do with this world, rather this region of the world. Right, so going back to Nofrafell and what we were actually. We've done Heroes Heath, we've done Sentinel Lord Mountains, we've done Lake of the Wormsong. We've also done Queenheart Thicket, I believe. Thunderdrum Break, yeah, we did that. Done Sun's Blood. Pogglevik is a town, we're gonna deal with that another. Those are all races which we really do need to talk about. And there's some towns spread out in there. I wanted to elaborate on how races are different inside of this campaign. One, they have different names, which partially I don't think the players are going to take to. They're probably just going to say Hills Dwarf, not Halsbar, but it'll be interesting. Wise. I find myself, when I'm thinking of the Elder Scrolls games, I actually do try to use the official names of them. Call them the Bosmer, not the Wood Elves. Call them the Dunmer, not the Dark Elves. Stuff like that. Because I think it adds to the lure, I think. So I really wanted to set this apart by kind of... They're going to have kind of different thematics too. I'm making elves much closer to the mischievous woodland spirits, like Vulcans, Uber. Oh, got better language than the rest of you, so we're a superior race. I don't like that. Especially when I... Like, that could be incorrect, but from what I had seen on a documentary on Tolkien and his writing of Lord of the Rings, that seemed... If the documentary was accurate in saying that that's why, or one of the things that he felt really differentiated the elves as being so boring and stupid, that's like saying that you're superior to another race just because you have a word for baloney and they don't, so they have to use yours. But I really wanted to make them just different. And I thought that the idea of elves being these mischievous creatures hasn't been explored in a really long time. You have Tolkien's elves. You have the elves that everybody thinks of for like Christmas and stuff, or that really are just more like gnomes. But I think a return to that old folklore would be interesting and nice.